The soul of the nation and the martial spirit of the nation are hallowed light kindled by the Confucian teachings of benevolence, compassion, loyalty, and righteousness over 2 millenniums. The soul and the martial spirit have been distinctly revealed in the ethos of heroic figures during the tumultuous times of dynastic rise and fall. Even when societies decay and collapse, there are always a few whose high morals compel them to safeguard the soul and the martial spirit with all they have, so that they are never extinguished in our world, despite countless calamities. As time goes by and the world moves on, the moment the tempest of change arrives, even though the soul and the martial spirit may just be meagre sparks, they can abruptly ignite and swiftly spread. They can torch the land and cleanse our world. Success and failure, survival and demise, follow the cyclical pattern of life, whereby defeat can turn into victory, death can lead to rebirth. All there is for the soul of the nation and the martial spirit of the armed forces to quietly change the hearts and minds of the people. Recalling the early years of the founding of the Republic of China, Dr. Yat-sen, also known as the Father of the Nation, advocated the 3 principles of the people: nationalism, democracy, and livelihood. And the late President Kai-shek subsequently promoted the New Life movement. Their ideological premises are both rooted in China's millennia-old Confucian orthodoxy. Dr. Sun and President Chiang were dismayed at the decline of traditional culture and were determined to revive China's historical moral values as expressed in the 4 anchors and the 8 virtues. The 4 anchors being propriety, righteousness, integrity, and shamefulness. The 8 virtues being loyalty, filial piety, benevolence, compassion, truthfulness, justice, harmony, and peace. They knew too well that if the 4 anchors were not upheld, the nation would fall apart and perish. The moral values of Confucianism thus became the backbone of the Republic of China and the cornerstone of her politics and culture. Dr. Sun and President Chiang frequently invoked the colloquial saying, "Inherit the past and pioneer the future," to inspire and encourage people, earnestly hoping for the revival of the 4 anchors and the 8 virtues. On 16th June, in the 13th year of the Republic, 1924, the Chinese Nationalist Party, Kuomintang, or KMT, established a military academy in Wangpu, known as Lujun Junguan Xuexiao, Military Academy of Army Officers. Dr. Sun and President Chiang painstakingly cultivated the moral character and integrity of the students. In particular, they regularly expounded the meaning of martial spirit to inspire the students and nurtured their willingness to sacrifice life for the cause of a democratic and free China. Now, at the centennial of the establishment of the Military Academy of Army Officers, I recount the beginnings of the Military Academy, the teachings of Dr. Sun and President Jiang on the ideals of martial spirit, and to propagate this spirit in the midst of unsettling time. On 2nd March, in the 12th year of the Republic, 1923, the general headquarters of the military government was officially established in Canton, with Dr. Sun Yat-sen assuming the position of Grand Marshal. In the first month of the 13th year of the Republic, 1924, Dr. Sun planned to build a revolutionary army to counter the warlord government of northern China and to save the Democratic Republic. On 24th January, he appointed President Chiang Kai-shek as chairman of the Preparatory Committee for the Military Academy. The entry on this day in the chronological biography of Dr. Sun Yat-sen states, Dr. Sun felt deeply that the main reason for the failure of China's revolution was that China only had a revolutionary party to fight on her behalf. She did not have a revolutionary army to fight on her behalf. When the Nanking government negotiated peace with Yuan in 1911, Dr. Sun realized it was not a wise move, but pushed by circumstance, he had no choice but compromise. The failure of the Second Revolution was also due to the absence of an army motivated by political idealism in the independent provinces. In the campaign against Yuan, in the campaign to uphold the constitution, the Revolutionary Party either partnered with untrained militias or with existing armies. They were completely unreliable and even turned against the Revolutionary Party in times of crisis. Now that the Kuomintang had restructured, people like Yang Ximing and Liu Chenhuan still deceptively claimed allegiance to the revolutionary banner whilst pursuing their own private profit. Dr. Sun thus resolved to establish a genuine revolutionary army and assigned Chiang Kai-shek, who just returned from a study tour in the Soviet Union, to set up the military academy. 4 days later, on 28th January, Dr. Sun designated Wangpu to be the site for the military academy. Wangpu is an island in Pearl River, about 40 miles from Canton. Originally, the site contained two groups of buildings that respectively belonged to the Guangdong Army Academy and the Guangdong Naval Academy. They were then taken over by the newly established military academy. On 21st March, President Jiang was appointed chairman of the Military Academy Entrance Examination Committee. On 26 April, President Jiang visited the Military Academy for an inspection and delivered his first lecture there, saying, "This military academy is established by our party. We are all willing to fight for the party. The original intention of the academy is to train officers, prepare them to become capable future leaders of our party, to expand the influence of our party, and to implement our three principles of the people: nationalism, democracy, and livelihood, so that China can become a truly independent country and her people a genuinely free people." On 3rd May, Dr. Sun appointed President Jiang as principal of the military academy and concurrently as chief of staff of the Guangdong Army. On 5th May, the first batch of first-year students entered the academy and were assigned into the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd squads. On 7th May, students on the waiting list joined the academy, forming the 4th squad. According to a comprehensive study of the first graduation class of the Huangpu Military Academy, co-authored by Yong-jian-guang and Ye-quan-hong. There were 645 graduates in the first graduating class, while 71 cadets did not graduate. On 8th May, President Jiang delivered a speech at the Military Academy under the title Mission of the Military Academy and Life of a Revolutionary. He said, "Today is the first day all our comrades in the Academy meet each other. From now on, we are comrades as well as classmates and fellow soldiers. We commemorate this day as a beginning to live and to die together. In this time of decline of our race, human rights are pillaged, livelihoods are wasted, greed is rampant, the nation is in chaos, and the government is teetering. Our party's premier and comrades of the Central Executive Committee have toiled against many odds, labored without respite to establish an academy of this scale. This is certainly not an easy task. Our comrades in the academy feel very uneasy in dedicating themselves to the pursuit of study when the rebellion is not extinguished, the national enemy is not vanquished. Military affairs are pressing, war drums are thundering, and they are unable to serve our party nor kill the bandits. Yet our future, our work, and our lives fall precisely headlong into this decline, pillage, waste, greed, chaos, and stagger. Our party's purpose of establishing this academy is to train us in this storm of hardships, to save our country from the misfortunes of decline, pillage, waste, greed, stagger, to rescue our people from fire and flood, to find comfort and repose for humanity. If a person truly understands the principle of being human, thoroughly realizes the purpose of living and the meaning of life, even in a hailstorm of bullets, in an ocean of bloodshed, this person will have no fear in the heart. This person will have no doubt and no worry to jump across or walk over an ocean as vast as the Pacific, a mountain as tall as the Himalayas. When faced with total upheaval, we will still stand, tall like a giant, uphold the righteous spirit of the universe, and rescue humanity from the fate of calamity. If we are truly resolute in our aspirations, then there's no reason our work and ideals cannot succeed or be realized. Our living is meant to enhance the living of all humanity. The duty of our soldiers is encapsulated in just one word: death. The purpose of our soldiers is also encapsulated in just one word: death. Apart from the word death, the opposite is clinging to life and fearing death. If one succumbs to clinging to life and fearing death, one is not only unfit to be a soldier, one has no integrity and is not human. Because after our physical death, there will be successors to continue our work. That is, they will continue our lives. Our lives will thus be perpetuated indefinitely. Therefore, the meaning of our lives is to create lives to continue our work in the future. Longevity does not mean extending our temporary existence in the flesh. The meaning of comradeship is to share the same aspirations. To share the same aspirations is certainly not forged by momentary power nor gain, but it centers on ideology with everyone striving towards the same goal: to live and die together, to face safety and danger together, to unite the lives of everyone into one life, to persevere until victory, to persevere until death. Those who join this academy must love and respect each other. Therefore, our school motto is not like other military academies that dwell on obedience. This academy's principle only requires comrades and cadets to adhere to the 4 words: affection, love, dedication, sincerity. Treat your classmates with affection and love. Apply dedication and sincerity to your studies, duties, and integrity towards your cultivation of body and mind. On the 3rd day the cadets joined the academy, President Jiang expounded the ideals of martial spirit, the ways of its practice, the meaning of the school motto, and the philosophy that the purpose of living is to enhance the living of all humanity. The meaning of life is to create lives to continue our work in the future. In the following decades, President Jiang would frequently teach and instruct these concepts. On 9th May, Dr. Sun appointed Liao Zhongkai as representative of the Chinese Nationalist Party, Kuomintang, in the military academy. On 13th May, Hu Hanming, Wang Shaoming, Dai Chuan-hsien, Yuan-chung were appointed political instructors. Hu was assigned to teach the party doctrine of the 3 principles of the people. Wang was responsible for teaching the party history of the Kuomintang, and Dai and Shao were assigned to teach various courses on politics and economics. On 13th June, Li Ji-sen was appointed director of the training department, Wang Boling, director of the teaching department, Dai Chuan-hsien, director of the political department, and He Ying-chin, the chief instructor. At 8 a.m. in the morning of 16th June, the military academy held the first school day ceremony. In attendance were Dr. Sun Yat-sen and his wife, President Kai-shek as the academy principal, along with key figures of the academy such as Liao Zhongkai, Hu Hanming, Wang Shaoming. Additionally, high-ranking military officers, senior civil servants from Guangdong Province, members of the Central Committee of the Chinese Nationalist Party, Kuomintang, and personnel from various levels of the Central Party headquarters were invited. There were around 400 to 500 guests in all. At 9 a.m., Dr. Sun delivered a speech titled, "In-depth learning is the foundation of the Revolutionary Army." He said, "Today marks the beginning of this academy. Why do we have this academy? Why is it necessary to establish this academy? You all understand that China's revolution has gone on for 13 years, but what we have achieved so far is the Republic of China in name only, not the reality of the Republic of China. From this perspective, China's revolution of 13 years has only resulted in an empty name and is therefore a complete failure. Even today, it remains a failure." During the early years of revolution in China, of those party members who fought in Guangdong, the most famous are the 72 martyrs. Many of our party members who fought in other provinces also sacrificed their lives. Because of the struggles of these martyrs, as soon as the Wuchang uprising occurred, various provinces responded, overthrowing the Qing dynasty and establishing the Republic of China. Thus, a part of our revolution succeeded. However, after that, there is no revolutionary army to continue the aspirations of the Revolutionary Party. As a result, even though there is partial success, the average bureaucratic warlords today still dare to openly challenge and permute the political entity of the Republic of China. As for the foundation of the Republic, there is none whatsoever. The simple reason for this is that our revolution is only fought by the Revolutionary Party. It is not fought by a revolutionary army. Due to the absence of resistance from a revolutionary army, the average bureaucratic warlords seized control of the Republic, and our revolution cannot be completely successful. What is our hope for establishing this academy today? From this day on, we will recreate the revolutionary course and use the students in this academy as the foundation to establish a revolutionary army. You, the students, are the backbone of the future revolutionary army. With such a strong backbone, once the revolutionary army is established, our revolutionary course will succeed. If there is no powerful revolutionary army, the Chinese Revolution will always fail. Therefore, the sole hope of opening this military academy here today is to create a revolutionary army to save China from danger and demise. If everyone can equate death to happiness, then 100 people can fight against 10,000 people. If we have a revolutionary army of 10,000 troops now, we can immediately take over China, because the total number of troops opposing the revolution does not exceed 1 million at the moment. Since we do not have a revolutionary army of 10,000 troops now, the insatiable and tyrannical warlords have the effrontery to rampage across the country, committing all sorts of atrocities, harming the country in every possible way, and plotting daily to overthrow the Republic of China. Because I want to continue the Republic of China, to eradicate the insatiable and tyrannical warlords, I ask you not to fear death and follow the footsteps of the revolutionary martyrs. Moreover, we will use these 500 as the foundation to create my ideal revolutionary army. When we have this ideal revolutionary army, our revolution will finally succeed. China can be saved, and the 40 million people will not perish. Therefore, the course of the revolution is to save the country and the people. My lifelong participation in revolution is to shoulder this responsibility. As you have come to study at this academy, I ask all of you to bear this responsibility together from this day on. Dr. Sun's speech explained in detail the reasons for establishing the Revolutionary Army and the meaning of martial spirit. After he concluded his speech, at 11 o'clock, the party flag and the academy flag were ceremonially placed. The national anthem, the academy anthem, and the revolutionary anthem were played. Wu Hanming read aloud the 48-character dictum of Dr. Sun's teaching. Sanmin Zuyi, the three principles of the people. Our aim shall be to found a free land. World peace be our stand. Lead on, comrades, vanguards ye are. Hold fast your aim by sun and star. Be earnest and brave, your country to save. One heart, one soul, one mind, one goal. The 48-character dictum of the founding father was later adopted as the party anthem of the Chinese Nationalist Party in the 17th year of the Republic of China, 1928. On 3rd June, in the 26th year of the Republic of China, 1937, the Central Executive Committee of the Chinese Nationalist Party resolved to use the party anthem as the national anthem. The national anthem of the Republic of China thus came into being. At the first school day ceremony of the military academy on 16th June, President Jiang, as principal, delivered a speech of encouragement. Wang Songming and a number of selected guests also delivered some speeches. At 3 p.m. in the afternoon, Ying-chin, the chief instructor, commanded a military parade on the parade ground. The ceremony finished at 5 p.m. President Jiang led the singing of the military academy's anthem. The lyrics of this earlier version were composed by Chuan-hsien. They read, "Students abound, affection, love, dedication, sincerity, the three principles of the people, trumpet call of my revolution. Heroes of revolution, vanguards of the people, forge ahead over and over, follow the works of the martyrs. Fellow students, kindred spirits, happily accept these teachings. Bounded in life and in death, forget not our academy of this day. Blood will bloom into flowers, our academy we call home. Taste bitter hardships and avenge, strive to build our nation." Harking back to these faraway years of the founding of the military academy, respectfully reading the texts of the speeches and school anthem, the heart still grips and the soul still stirs. A century of wars and catastrophes, an ocean of blood and tears. How arduous is the journey of free China. The date 16th June in the 13th year of the Republic of China, 1924, is not only the founding day of the military academy, but also the founding day of the Revolutionary Army of the Republic of China. The name of the military academy changed several times. On 12th January in the 15th year of the Republic, 1926, the Military Affairs Committee of the National Government resolved to change the name from Military Academy of Army Officers to Central Military Political Academy. On 19th January, President Kai-shek assumed the post as principal of the Central Military Political Academy. A new school anthem was composed with lyrics by Chen Zukang and music by Ying-chin. This anthem is used to this very day. The lyrics are: "Raging tide surges, party flags flutter, this is revolution Wang Pu. Doctrines must be rigorous, disciplines must be vigorous, be ready vanguards of struggles. Clear a blood-stained path, lead the oppressed masses. Hold our hands, march forward, roam not far, be not afraid. Affection, love, dedication, sincerity, uphold them forever. Advance the spirit of our academy, advance the spirit of our academy." On 5th June, in the 15th year of the Republic, 1926, President Jiang was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the National Revolutionary Army. On 9th July, during the Commander-in-Chief inauguration ceremony, the National Revolutionary Army pronounced the launch of the Northern Expedition. In March of the 16th year of the Republic, 1927, the National Revolutionary Army captured Nanking, and on 18th April, Nanking was designated the capital of the Republic of China. On 5th November, the Central Military Political Academy was renamed Central Military Academy of Army Officers, and it was located in Nanking. On 6 March, in the 17th year of the Republic, 1928, the Central Military Academy of Army Officers held the first school day ceremony for the 6th graduation class in Nanking. After China's victory in the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression, on 1st January in the 35th year of the Republic, 1946, the Central Military Academy of Army Officers was renamed the Republic of China Military Academy of Army Officers. In the 38th year of the Republic, 1949, mainland China fell to the Communists. In the following year, the Republic of China Military Academy of Army Officers was re-established in Fengshan Town, Kaohsiung City, Taiwan Province. When President Chiang called on military officers to embody the martial spirit, apart from words of guidance and encouragement, he further used the ceremonial sword to alert and admonish. At the graduation ceremonies of military academies, graduates were specially presented with short swords, commonly called zhongzhen sword, zhongzhen being the original name of President Jiang, or chengren sword, chengren meaning martyrdom, or huangpu short sword, huangpu being the location of the original academy. The tradition of ceremonial sword started from the first three classes of Lushan Military Officers Training Corps, which took place between 18th July to 18th September in the 22nd year of the Republic, 1933. At the time, the Nationalist Army suffered a number of setbacks during the suppression of the Communists, and President Jiang ordered selected military officers to enroll in 3 separate training classes at Lushan, Jiangxi Province that year. It is said that at their graduation they were presented with short swords with the casted words, "Martial Spirit," to commemorate the Chinese Nationalist Party Northern Route Anti-Communist Bandit Military Officers Training Corps from Jiangxi, Guangdong, Fujian, Hunan, and Hubei provinces. In addition, each officer was also presented with a bronze badge with the casted words, "Martial Spirit," beneath the relief portrait of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, the founding father of the nation. The training camp of Lushan Military Officers Training Corps was near Haihui Temple. A timber arch was erected at the road entrance near the temple. A horizontal timber plate carved with the 3 Chinese characters Jun Ren Wen, meaning martial spirit, written by President Chiang, was installed. A pair of vertical timber plates carved with the calligraphic couplets by Dr. Sun was also installed. The words of the calligraphy couplets are, "There must be a war to decide the country's fate. Together we will taste the coming hardships." As Lushan Military Officers Training Corps endeavored to instill the martial spirit of the armed forces, at the graduation of the 3rd class on 18 September in the 22nd year of the Republic, 1923, Commander Chen delivered a speech titled, "Graduates Should Have Such Understanding." He discussed the significance of the ceremonial sword and said, "On this occasion of graduation, the training corps presented a short sword and a piece of certificate to each of us. On the short sword, 3 Chinese characters, Jun Ren Hun, meaning martial spirit, were engraved. Let me remind you again the meaning of these characters. A few days ago, I said to you, in order to complete our nationalist revolution, we must rely on a powerful military force. Now, China's powerful military force belongs to our National Revolutionary Army. But a revolutionary military officer must possess the soul of a revolutionary military officer. Regarding the soul of a military officer, there are 8 relevant Chinese characters, 4 promoted by our Premier Dr. Sun. 成功成仁, meaning victory or martyrdom. 4. Promoted by Generalissimo Jiang. 人民爱物, meaning compassion to people and love all things. This sword is given to you to fight for our beliefs, to fight with the enemy, hand to hand, and when the end comes, to be used by the patriot to realize victory or martyrdom. The ceremonial sword is thus a sacred symbol of the martial spirit of free China. On 18th July, in the 22nd year of the Republic, 1933, at the first school day ceremony of the first class of Rushan Military Officers Training Corps, President Jiang elucidated the meaning of martial spirit. He said, "From now on, we must establish a great new foundation to accomplish the task of exterminating the communist bandits and fulfill our revolutionary responsibilities. Whether we can eradicate the communists, the success or failure of the revolution, the survival of the party and the country, and even the life and death of each individual, all depend on whether the training this time is effective. Therefore, as revolutionary soldiers, we either annihilate the enemy, victory, or we fight to the death ourselves, martyrdom. There's absolutely no excuse for surrender. We must have this kind of revolutionary spirit to fulfill Dr. Sun, our Premier's words of 1 against 100, 1 against 1,000, to eliminate the communist bandits and to establish a new foundation for a successful revolution. The Premier already told us that strength comes from faith and faith comes from thought. This principle is immutable. Because of this belief, I have faith that the three principles of the people will save the country and the people, and I believe that by adhering to the three principles of the people in our fight, we can eliminate all enemies and bring about national revival. Since I have this belief, I can strive unswervingly and diligently to realize the three principles of the people, and of course, this can become a powerful force." President Jiang illuminated the meaning of martial spirit. He advocated that soldiers should choose between victory and martyrdom, and they should believe in the three principles of the people to eliminate communism. However, the Xi'an incident in December of the 25th year of the Republic, 1936, nullified all previous anti-communist efforts. In July the following year, the Marco Polo Bridge incident ushered in nationwide resistance against Japanese aggression. The Chinese Communist Party took the opportunity to develop and expand without interference, ultimately leading to the fall of mainland China. President Jiang's lines that the consequences of failing to eliminate the communists would result in the demise of the party and the country and death of each individual were nearly fully realized in the 38th year of the Republic, 1949, with the fall of mainland China. President Jiang's profound insight in the first paragraph was no less than prophecy. I have not had the honor to come across the ceremonial sword presented to the graduates of Rushan Military Officers Training Corps in the 22nd year of the Republic, 1933. President Jiang was nonetheless dissatisfied with the design of this batch of ceremonial swords. On 13th March in the 23rd year of the Republic, 1934, he wrote a letter to Zhu Pei-te, Director of the Training Directorate Department. It reads, "Director Zhu, if army officers decided to carry the naval short swords, the length and dimensions must be specified. They should not be too short. They should be similar to the current naval ceremonial sword. The swords of Rushan Military Officers Training Corps are too short. They are not presentable. Please pay attention to this matter. Zhongzhen." By 21st January, in the 25th year of the Republic, 1936, the Judicial Yuan published regulations on army uniforms. Under the column of short sword, it clearly specifies the dimensions of short swords with illustrative diagrams. It says, overall length is 39 cm, hilt length is 11.2 cm, guard thickness is 3 mm, scabbard length is 27.5 cm, hilt width is 3 cm, scabbard opening width is 3 cm, scabbard end width is 2.2 cm. The hilt is made of tortoise shell. On both sides, the middle and the top of the hilt are encased in gold, copper plate and carved with prunus pattern, and the tortoise shell part is wrapped with oblique gold thread. The guard is also gold copper plated, without carved pattern. The scabbard body is white nickel plated, but the scabbard opening and scabbard end are both wrapped in gold plate and carved with pattern. The scabbard opening is wrapped in copper 3.2 cm long, whilst the scabbard end is wrapped in copper 6 cm long. The blade length is 26 cm. There is a spring-loaded switch at the junction of the hilt and the scabbard. The short sword is worn with a leather sword belt. The belt is made of 2 layers of fine dark yellow leather, with a small leather strap on both sides of the belt opening, each with a double button and buttonhole, to be attached to the lower left side of the main belt. After the graduation of the first class of Lusan Military Officers Training Corps in the 22nd year of the Republic, 1933, 3 years later, the trend of ceremonial swords became ever more widespread, reaching out to all military cadets. On 28th June, in the 25th year of the Republic, 1936, President Chiang wrote to Chun-yen, Director of the Military Supplies Bureau of the Department of Military and Political Affairs, instructing him to forward the letter to Director Pang Sen-zi of the Training Directorate Department. It reads, Director Zhou, please forward this letter to Director Tang. Each military cadet in every province shall be issued a short sword, assigned with serial number and inscribed with the words Gift from Zhongzhen. Priority can perhaps be given to cadets in Nanking, Zhenjiang, and Suzhou. If production cannot keep up, delay is acceptable for other places. The leather sword belt and sword frock should be issued at the same time with the sword. The design of the sword should not be as long as those made for officers. They can be shorter by 1 or 2 inches. Zhongzhen on the 28th. The trend of ceremonial sword most likely ended with the victory in the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression in the 34th year of the Republic, 1945. Unfortunately, there's no government archive to substantiate this. A considerable number of ceremonial swords were made, but with the fall of mainland China to the communists, soldiers under the national government were either executed by the communists or imprisoned for decades. To be alive was already hard enough. How would they be able to keep their swords? For nearly 30 years after the 38th year of the Republic, 1949, nationwide purges and home searches were carried out continually in mainland China. For ordinary people, how would they dare to secretly harbor such swords and risk death and annihilation of their entire families? Therefore, many swords were disposed and destroyed. Now they have become difficult to find. Rare as they are, they bear immense historical and cultural significances. Even archaic bronzes from the Song and Zhou dynasties diminish in symbolism by comparison. In my collection, there are 2 treasured ceremonial swords from the army, 1 ceremonial sword from the Air Force, and a telescope from the Navy. They all have Chinese characters casted or incised, making them particularly unusual and precious. The first ceremonial sword in my collection is from the army. These words were casted, a gift from Principal Jiang Zhongzhen. On the pommel there's the emblem of prunus, the national flower of the Republic of China. On the front of the grip, there are 6 characters casted in relief. 校长蒋中正正, meaning a gift from Principal Jiang Zhongzhen. On the back of the grip, there are 17 characters in 2 rows, casted in relief. 中央陆军军官学校特别训练班毕业纪念, meaning to commemorate the graduation of the Central Military Academy of Army Officers Special Training Class. On the front of the blade, a set of numbers and the name of the graduate with 2 characters were incised, 133, Li. On the back of the blade, there are 3 incised characters, 军人魂, meaning martial spirit. The crossguard is 5.5 cm wide, and the length from the hilt to the end of the scabbard is 40 cm. The Central Military Academy of Army Officers Special Training Class, marked on the back of the grip, was first established in July of the 22nd year of the Republic, 1933, in Nanchang City, Jiangxi Province. It was initially known as the Central Military Academy, Jiangxi Summer Research Class. It was renamed the Central Military Academy Research Class in October of the same year. In June the following year, which is the 23rd year of the Republic, 1934, it was renamed the Central Military Academy of Army Officers Special Training Class. The Special Training Class was founded in Nanchang City in Jiangxi Province and later relocated in succession to Haihui Town in Jiangxi Province, Xinzi County in Jiangxi Province, Jiangling County in Hubei Province, Fengdu County in Sichuan Province, and Hechuan County in Sichuan Province. The Special Training Class was originally intended for anti-communist operations, but later made immense contributions to the war effort against Japanese invasion. With the victory of the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression in the 34th year of the Republic, 1945, the Special Training Class and the other provincial branches of the military academy all disbanded. It is rare to come across a ceremonial sword with the words, "A gift from Principal Jiang Zhongzhen" on the grip, not to say when there's the additional engraving of martial spirit on the blade. President Jiang fostered this martial spirit to model the Revolutionary Army, which led to the near complete eradication of the communists and the ultimate victory in the war against Japan. In the 8 years of war against Japan, the number of Chinese army casualties, injuries, and missing personnel totaled 3,211,419. The number of Chinese Air Force pilots killed totaled 4,321, and the whole Chinese naval fleet was lost. 8 generals, 45 lieutenant generals, and 153 major generals died in action fighting against Japan. Validation of the martial spirit embodied by the military officers and their fervent implementation. The second ceremonial sword in my collection is also from the army. These words were casted: affection, love, dedication, sincerity. On the pommel there is the emblem of prunus, the national flower of the Republic of China. On the front of the grip, there are 4 characters casted in relief: Ching-wei, Ying-chin, meaning affection, love, dedication, sincerity. On the back of the grip, there are 24 characters in 2 rows casted in relief: 中央陆军军官学校第12期广州分校学生总队毕业纪念, meaning to commemorate the cadet graduation of Class 12 of the Central Military Academy of Army Officers, Canton Branch. On the front of the blade, these 4 characters in 2 rows were incised: 成功成仁, meaning victory, martyrdom. The crossguard is 5.5 cm wide, and the length from the hilt to the end of the scabbard is 40 cm. In the 20th year of the Republic, 1931, Chen Jitong established the Guangdong Military and Political Academy in Yantang Village, Canton. It is also known as the Yantang Military Academy. The first cadet class graduated from the academy in July of the 23rd year of the Republic, 1934. In the 25th year of the Republic, 1936, the Nanking National Government took over the Guangdong Military and Political Academy, and it was reorganized as the Central Military Academy of Army Officers, Canton Branch. The graduation of Class 12 of the Central Military Academy of Army Officers, Canton Branch, took place in the 27th year of the Republic, 1938. The class comprised 99 cadets in the 1st Infantry Battalion, 98 cadets in the 2nd Infantry Battalion, 94 cadets in the 3rd Infantry Battalion, 140 cadets in the 1st Artillery Battalion, 104 cadets in the 2nd Artillery Battalion, 60 cadets in the Engineering and Transportation Battalion, 114 cadets in the Management Battalion, and 85 cadets in the Communications Battalion, totaling 794 graduates. According to recollections of the founding of Huangpu Military Academy by Wang Boling, the motto of the academy was already prominently displayed above main entrance on the first school day ceremony of the first class of the military academy on 16th June in the 13th year of the Republic, 1924. He wrote, starting from the main gate, lanterns and decorations were hung up high. The horizontal plaques and calligraphic couplets in particular have sentences with striking admonitions. The writings were not like the old good luck nor the fashionable tomorrow, today contents. The school motto, affection, love, dedication, sincerity, was the first to be displayed above the main gate, and the plaque above the second gate proclaimed our mission: inherit the past and pioneer the future. There were many more calligraphic couplets, but unfortunately I did not write them down. The Military Academy of Army Officers vigorously promoted its motto, affection, love, dedication, sincerity, since the founding day, and the characters on the sword grip are reminders like morning bell and evening drum to future officers. The blade is further incised with President Jiang's encouragement, victory, martyrdom, meaning, as revolutionary soldiers, we either annihilate the enemy, victory, or we fight to the death ourselves, martyrdom. The sword is a sculpted motto to be carried into marches and battles. The third ceremonial sword in my collection is from the Air Force. These words were incised: nation's land unrecovered is a soldier's disgrace. At the pommel and grip, there is the divine eagle emblem, the symbol of the Air Force of the Republic of China. On the front of the blade, 8 characters in 2 rows were incised. 国土未复，军人之耻, meaning nation's land unrecovered is a soldier's disgrace. The crossguard is 7 cm wide, and the length from the hilt to the end of the scabbard is 37.5 cm. In the 17th year of the Republic, 1928, following the success of the Northern Expedition, the Central Military Academy of Army Officers in Nanking established its first aviation squadron. In the following year, it was renamed Aviation Class. In the 20th year of the Republic, 1931, it relocated to Jianqiao, Hangzhou City. After reorganization, it became Aviation Academy of the Military and Political Affairs Department. In the 21st year of the Republic, 1932, it was renamed Central Aviation Academy under the jurisdiction of the national government's military and political ministry aviation department, with President Jiang serving as principal. To this day, the Republic of China's Air Force still regards Jianchao in Hangzhou as their birthplace. In the 73rd year of the Republic, 1934, the Aviation Department was reorganized into the Aviation Commission under the Military Affairs Commission, with President Jiang serving as chairman. In January of the 25th year of the Republic, 1936, Madame Chiang Kai-shek was appointed Secretary General of the Aviation Commission, earning her the reputation as Mother of the Chinese Air Force. When did the custom of ceremonial salute begin for the Air Force? I suspect it also started after the graduation ceremony of the Lushan Military Officer Training Corps in the summer of the 22nd year of the Republic, 1933. There's never any character casted or engraved on the Divine Eagle sword grip. Furthermore, most of the blades are devoid of inscription. However, the sword in my collection has 2 rows of engraved characters. Nation's land unrecovered is a soldier's disgrace. This is especially rare. On 18th September, in the 20th year of the Republic, 1931, the Japanese engineered the Mukden incident, occupying the 3 northeastern provinces of Liaoning, Jilin, and Heilongjiang. On 4th March in the 21st year of the Republic, 1932, the Japanese occupied Rehe, and on 9th March in the same year, they established the puppet state of Manchukuo. Hence, from the 22nd year of the Republic, 1933 onwards, a small number of ceremonial swords of the Air Force had words engraved on the blades. This piece incised with the words, "Nation's land unrecovered is a soldier's disgrace," and exhortation to martyrdom. The 4th item, a telescope, is from the Navy. These words were incised, Huangpu, Naval Academy. The diameter of the objective lens is 3.7 cm. On the lower end of the optical tube, there are 6 engraved characters, Huangpu Haijun Xuexiao, meaning Huangpu Naval Academy. The diameter of the eyepiece is 4 cm. At the front of the lower end of the extended optical tube, a line of English words and a line of numbers were incised. Ross, London, number 72311. At the back of the lower end of the extended optical tube, 2 lines of English words were incised. G. Falconer and Company Limited, Hong Kong. The length of the optical tube is 42.8 cm. And with the extended optical tube, it measures 58.7 cm. The history of Huangpu Naval Academy dates back a long way. In the 13th year of the Guangxu reign, 1887, Zhang Zidong, the Viceroy of Guangdong and Guangxi provinces, and Hu Dacen, the governor of Guangdong province, established the Guangdong Army and Navy School in Huangpu. In the 19th year of the Guangxu reign, 1893, Li Hongzhang, the viceroy of Guangdong and Guangxi provinces, renamed it Guangdong Huangpu Naval School. In the 30th year of the Guangxu reign, 1904, it was renamed Guangdong Naval Torpedo School. In the 33rd year of the Guangxu reign, 1907, it was renamed Guangdong Naval Industrial School. In the first year of the Republic, 1912, it was renamed Guangdong Naval Academy. In the 13th year of the Republic, 1924, Dr. Sun established the Military Academy of Army Officers on the same site. In the 19th year of the Republic, 1930, the Military Academy of Army Officers relocated to Nanking. The Naval Academy was reinstated and renamed Huangpu Naval Academy. In the 26th year of the Republic, 1937, the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression broke out, leading to the relocation of the Academy. In the 28th year of the Republic, 1939, it was temporarily closed. After China's victory in the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression, there were plans to reopen the Academy, but mainland China soon fell to the communists. The telescope was made by Ross Company in England, which was founded in 1830 in London, specializing in making cameras, camera lenses, telescopes, etc. During the First and Second World Wars, Ross Company was a supplier of telescopes to the British Royal Navy. In 1948, Ross Company went under a merger and was renamed Barnett Ensign Ross Limited. In 1954, it became Ross Ensign Limited, and in 1975, it merged with Avimo Company. The telescope in my collection was probably purchased by the Huangpu Naval Academy from Ross Company sometime between the 19th year of the Republic, 1930, to the 28th year of the Republic, 1939. Each of their products had a serial number, and this telescope was numbered 72311. G. Falconer and Company Limited, the Asian agent of Ross Company in Hong Kong, was established in late 19th century. After shipping the telescope to Canton, the Academy instructed some craftsmen to engrave the words Huangpu Naval Academy. With the outbreak of the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression, the whole Chinese Navy was lost after a year and more. The telescope left behind by the Huangpu Naval Academy is dearly cherished, evoking poignant memories of the lost Navy. In the 38th year of the Republic, 1949, mainland China fell to the communists, and the central government relocated to Taiwan. On 16th April in the following year, President Chiang-Kai-shek delivered a speech at Yangmingshan Chalet. Once again, he urged the military officers to uphold the martial spirit of free China in the midst of catastrophe. His words were especially heartrending. He said, "It has been 26 years since the establishment of our National Revolutionary Army. In these 26 years, we have sacrificed millions of officers and soldiers, incalculable loss on our citizens' lives and properties. These soldiers and civilians were all dedicated to the cause of the national revolution. We can also say they have no hesitation to sacrifice all they have, their lives and properties, for our history and glory. For the price of this immeasurable sacrifice, can we casually abandon all this and disregard all this? One should be aware that their sacrifice had a specific purpose, a profound meaning. They embraced a great and lofty ideal, hoping that those of us who survive can continue their aspirations, accept the responsibilities, realize the three principles of the people, and complete the national revolution, so that our entire nation and people can truly attain independence, freedom, and enjoy prosperity and happiness. Hence, they were determined to go through hell and fire and charged into dangers and battles. Even in death, they did not flinch. However, up to today, not only have we achieved nothing, furthermore, by the end of last year, our revolutionary course can be said to have been a complete failure. But today, of all our generals and officers, how many can truly self-reflect, acknowledge the mistakes, and repent? If the majority of the generals and officials can clearly recognize the humiliation, shoulder the responsibilities, rise up with strength, then our revolutionary course would never have failed to such a painful state as today. Therefore, I believe that what is especially important for our revolutionary soldiers today is to understand honor and disgrace, discern life and death, take responsibility, and uphold integrity. Today, we have retreated to Taiwan and a few isolated islands in the southeast. We have truly reached the final critical stage with nowhere else to retreat. If our senior generals who defend the country do not thoroughly comprehend the issue of personal life and death and continue to act as shameful cowards like in the past, afraid of death, surrender when captured, then not only will you fail to protect your family, but you will also bring endless shame to the nation, the people, the party, and the revolutionary history. Coming to Taiwan is the final moment of life and death for our revolution. If, unfortunately, we fail, then we will have to fulfill our duty to die for the country. Cross-referencing the aforesaid, you know that I never spoke lightly of the word death before. Here, in particular, we must act according to our words and follow through with our words. You can understand the seriousness of my words. In summary, from now on, we are left with one choice only. That is, to launch a counter-attack on mainland China, to eliminate the communist bandits, to achieve complete victory. We can then avoid death. If not, once Taiwan falls into the hands of the enemy, I have personally decided to die for the country, and I will not disgrace you as your commander, as your leader, and I will not allow you, my comrades and officers in the party, to be humiliated because of me. All of you must also be determined to seek victory or martyrdom. Swear with your life to accomplish the mission. If you do not have this determination, only clinging to life and fearing death, this is not just meaningless. Moreover, this will only disgrace your country and your parents. I believe the fundamental creed for us soldiers is encapsulated in only two words: love and death. Because we have passionate love, that is why we aspire to be soldiers. What do soldiers love? We love our country, love our compatriots, love our history, love our culture. What does it mean to love? The meaning of love varies, and the depth of love varies. What we call love is a doctrine and a belief. To love this, for this love, we are prepared to sacrifice our own lives without hesitation. Only then can this be called true love. Since we love our country, love our compatriots, love our history, love our culture, if our country is in danger and is going to be exterminated, our people are in distress, our history and culture are threatened with destruction, we must use all our strength, even if we sacrifice our lives, to save, protect, and safeguard them. Therefore, a soldier, for his true love, is willing to die without hesitation, to die for what he loves and believes in. He can then close his eyes in peace. It can also be said that he seeks virtue and attains virtue. He has a fitting death. As the Revolutionary Army of the Republic of China commemorates its centenary, I respectfully read the texts of the speeches by Dr. Sun and President Jiang, and peruse the swords and telescope of the Army, Air Force, and Navy. I contemplate the notions of country, compatriots, history, culture, life, death, past times, present period, national soul, martial spirit. Waves of emotions converge, a deluged world all around. When will the sky be finally cleared? The luster of the ceremonial sword impels my lifelong yearning that this tenuous body of mine be disposed to patch up the deep regrets in history.